With us once again is Dan Jones from H&R Block, and today we're hitting one specific topic, even though it's really busy with taxes in general. We're talking about what happened with the Toledo city budget this week. They ditched the ticket tax that some people were upset about, but what they did pass as part of the balanced budget is the thing that affects the tax reciprocity. So we're going to go through some scenarios, and you can find out if it might affect the amount of taxes you're paying. Now, who are we talking about? People who live in Toledo?
We're talking about people that strictly live in Toledo but work outside of Toledo. So we're talking about the people that work here in Toledo, maybe work over in Oregon, Holland area, Maumee, Perrysburg, Sylvania, our surrounding towns, including Perrysburg and those areas.
So we're talking several thousand residents in Toledo. Okay. So this means that they're going to be paying more taxes because of what the city did?
That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
They're going to be paying more city taxes than they normally would be paying outside of their normal area.
Okay, but it gets more complicated than that. As you were explaining to me before the camera and tape started rolling, the scenario could go a lot of different ways, and that's where things get messy.
This is where it gets completely hairy, because there's about 2 or 3 different things that are going on, and it all hinges on something that's going to come down in May, and that's going to be the information that they put onto the ballot about moving some money from the capital improvement fund to the general fund. If we vote that and we approve that, council is thinking about going back and looking at this information from yesterday and taking it out of the water or repealing it. And if they repeal it, then our numbers are going to go down, but you're still going to be affected for about a month's time frame. Okay, well, give us some scenarios of what people will be paying if things stay as they are right now. What we kind of looked at here was like a $30,000 income level. Okay. So we just basically took a $30,000 income level and said, you know, if you work in Perrysburg, Maumee, or Sylvania, how is this going to affect you? Okay. Basically, nuts and bolts, when it comes down to affecting you, if we vote yes on this proposed budget movement, and what's going to happen is we'll have a lower percentage that we're going to be paying next year to our other, that we'll have coming to us in a credit, and you're going to owe the city of Toledo on $30,000, roughly about $18. Okay. So we're not talking a huge chunk of money, but that's, again, if it passes in May. Now, if the voters don't go out and vote, or you're not registered to vote and you don't go out and vote, then you're looking at potential $85, which doesn't sound like a whole heck of a lot of money, but still $85 in this economy is $85. Yeah. Now, it's going to hit even harder to those individuals that maybe work in a surrounding city that has the same tax rate as Toledo. And who that's going to hit is going to be basically our Rossford, Holland, and our Oregon workers, because those individuals are withheld at 2.25%, which is the same that Toledo's withheld at. And an individual in that area, if we vote yes on May 4th and council does go back and repeal this, they're looking at owing $1. So that's not that bad of an issue. However, if they don't vote for this and council keeps this into effect the way it is, this taxpayer is looking at an additional $128 in taxes. But what they got to remember, though, too, is now they're going to be owing over $100. They're going to get penalized by the city for that, too, potentially. Okay. So it sounds like people may need to do some paperwork, may need to talk to their tax professional. There's no way to sort out every single scenario, so you might want to ask some questions if you live in Toledo and work outside of the city to find out what you may owe. Definitely, definitely, especially with first quarter estimates being due on April 15th. We're talking that's right around the corner, and we're not going to know what's happening in May. So you're definitely going to want to make those decisions now and plan for the worst but hope for the better. All right. Thank you. Dan Jones from H&R Block. Look for some informational sessions in the very near future. That is tonight's Talkback.